Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Flea and I are back as we continue our look into horror anime with the second half of Dark Gathering Season 1, created by Kenichi Kondo. A withdrawn college kid with psychic powers teams up with a strange little girl who's searching for her dead mother's abducted soul. Welcome back, and we were just
Or
having a conversation before we went live. So,
we were.
this
I
is
have.
not
I have.
the second half of Season 1.
I have. I have given
Go
Colin
for it.
misinformation, and I apologise for it live on stream. It's good news, but it's also bad news. Please explain.
Yeah, so this is not the second half of Season 1. This is the second quarter of Season 1 because there is no Season 2. Actually, Season 1 goes on for like 24, 25 episodes. So, with that being said, we will be carrying on and not spinning the wheel tonight and getting this all finished as this one continuous story because this leaves at the strangest cliffhanger ever for supposedly an end of season. And it's like, huh?
Oh.
What?
What a cliffhanger! Yeah, they split the series. They split the series into two cores. So they had one core during summer season. Then they waited 3 months through the fall season and showed the second half in winter. And I never noticed until I started reading up.
Yeah, I was wondering why, because it was formatted different, as in the next season was just sort of bombing and, just carrying on from the first. I'm like, hang on a minute. And then the temptation's there to carry on, but that's because, God's sake, once you start
You've been sneaking ahead. I think I'm up to like episode 18 at the moment because I couldn't stop watching it because of what was happening. That might be while I'm tired, because technically I was up till 4 a.m. this morning watching this.
Oh, and talking of people who are just awake, welcome, Dale. Dale's just woken up and seen us. So,
oh, hello,
right.
Dale.
She's gone back to bed now. She's like, no, those two nerds are
good
on
morning.
again. I go back to bed. Oh, dear.
Yes, we're talking about Dark Gathering, which should be relevant to her interest.
And yeah, we're just roping DLM. We're like, come to the anime. Yeah, real.
Like, what's this live action series of the anime series? You'll like it. And she did. I am so happy that she enjoyed it.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I want to get more crossover. That's the plan for the rest of this year. Is we're all sitting in our little silos, our little address, and I want to try and get crossover between us all on the channel, and just it's all about expanding the conversation and the content.
I'm up for anything as long as you don't mind me talking cobblers a lot of the time.
Well, that's
which I do very well.
that's kind of what we do here, anyway. we all do it. But yeah, I was only meant to watch a couple of episodes. I was knackered, finished working Friday, and yeah, I came home like, right, I'll do 3 or 4 episodes, and I wasn't stopping. Once I got into this, I'm like, I need to know what happens next.
Right, like the thing is, we've reached the right. It's like, let's be honest, the first 6 episodes are pretty dark. Yeah, there's some good horror in there, but it's like when you get to episode 7, it just kind of like takes a few more steps deeper into the horror. There is some. You've got to admit, some of the episodes you've just watched are absolutely incredible. Castle H, for example.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We are getting into. So what they've done, they could just escalate, just make scarier ghosts. And there's only so far you can go with that. So what they've done is they've changed the story and the type of ghosts and how they predate on each other and how they collaborate and what they do and different tactics the ghosts use to stay in the world and what their motivations are and how those motivations become twisted. But then we also get a new story arc thrown in, which when you look at it on the face of it is pretty grim. Oh,
it's like
Well, thank you very much for the super chat. Much appreciated, and glad to introduce you to this. That's the way. That's the beauty of the horror genre. There's so many different formats.
I think Dell's got time to watch the first 13 episodes, so she can join next time with the continuation. Because I honestly think, whether she's a fan of anime or not, I think she would like this.
But even if you don't join in the live chat, watch these. Put links in, look it up. watch the episodes before we come live, and then you can join in the chat, and we can all have a discussion about how it's going. You know, that's sort of the whole point of putting the live streams up ahead of time, so people know what we're watching. I'm trying to encourage folks to start getting more involved. I mean, there's loads of you subscribed now. You're watching the episodes, but yeah, look at the schedule, hit that notification bell thingy because that'll ping you, and then just if it's the anime you're interested in, then obviously look up the anime episodes we're doing. If it's the other episodes, the horror comedy or the classic or the Australasian horror, you know what I mean? Look up what we're doing. And if it's something you want to talk about or you're interested in being part of the conversation, watch what it is and then come in the live chat. And yeah, that's what I mean. Be part of it. That's what this is all about. It's about celebrating the horror genre and all what it's about, all its different formats and how the horror story is told and how different, not just different formats, but different cultures approach horror. You know, that's what we want. We want it's all about the horror story and how the variety of horror can, you know, if one maybe aspect, like everyone gets hung up in slashers, if that makes sense. And everyone thinks that's the entirety of the horror genre, but it's not. And that's not slagging off slashers, if that makes sense. That's just acknowledging it's one aspect of horror. And yeah, we'll talk about those too. Music Cameron and I, that's our thing. So yeah, just keep an eye out. Keep up the other channel. That's why I always say that thing, you know, being at the end. But that's why we do it the way we do it, because then you can be part of the conversation, which is a lot of fun. That's what we're here to do. We're here to talk about these things, good or ill, you know.
Indeed.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're saying it is indeed. I was agreeing with you. Sorry.
Sorry, they're right. Something I was like, oh, right, don't jump over. Yeah, and if we don't like something, we'll explain why. I'm not into this ganging up business. I've noticed that lately. It's starting to resurface its head again, where if you do like a movie, you're in this gang. If you don't like a movie, you're in that gang, and it's stupid. If you like a particular genre, you're in this gang, and I don't subscribe to that nonsense. It's judge everything on its merits. Like, as you know, I am not a found footage fan. However, there are found footage movies I've enjoyed. Troll Hunter being one, you know, I'll stand by. I'm trying to think of the other one. Possibly Cloverfield.
I love Cloverfield.
I haven't seen that in years, though.
I agree with
that first come out. Yeah, it's one of the classics. But you know what I mean? So I don't write off a genre or anything, but I do expect, you know, I know everything has good and bad movies, so I don't subscribe to the fact that if I like a genre, for example, I like anime, but it doesn't mean I like all anime. As we discussed before, you know, there's things that we've watched and I haven't enjoyed, and I explain why, and that's fine. You know what I mean? That's the conversation. I don't understand why people fall out over it and why people want to then destroy other people's lives over it. That's a bit mental. Like, you've got problems. If you're going to dox somebody, try and get them fired from their job or get their channel taken down because they don't like a movie you like, you've got a serious issue and you need to sort it out. You really need to look in the mirror hard about your life, because there's so many better ways you could be spending your energy in a productive manner that makes people feel better. And if you like a movie that somebody else doesn't like, make your point. I will discuss it, and I'll never say you're wrong for liking a movie. Well, for having a joke, yeah, but I mean, if you like something I don't, that's fair enough. Crack on. Glad you found. That's why there's different styles at different movies, because if we all just like the same thing, there'd be one movie, one song, one book, and that would be it. That's all the humanity would need. You know what I mean? I scratch my head sometimes, and I'm seeing the online gang going around again and picking on people, and I'm sort of like, what are you doing? Is this the only way you can feel worthwhile in your lives? And it's
almost like they're trying to destroy individuality. They don't want individuals. Everybody has to belong to a tribe.
I don't subscribe to the hive mind. There's never going to be a tribe that will accept me or me them because I'm too much of an individual. I can't be a zealot in anything.
I'm a tribe of one because I am like a huge nerd, and I'm proud of that.
But even within nerddom, there's different types of nerds.
I'm my kind of nerd. It's good enough for me.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's just. But anyway, let's get started. So we have S-Tunnel.
S-Tunnel.
Strange title, but they're just literally talking about types of tunnels and.
Right. Fun fact. Are you ready for right? Fun fact, especially with things like Castle H, yeah. If you look up the urban myths and follow the myths, the urban legends that they're talking about, you can actually find out where these places are. They're all based off real urban legends.
And I like that. I like the fact that it's tied in. Oh god.
That is the kind of attention to detail that makes me lick my lips. It really is. Do I want to go to H Castle after watching this? No chance. No.
But as we discussed in the live action Death Note episodes, urban legends are the last folklore.
Mm.
We've kind of stopped after that.
I kind of wait. I don't like the fact that like the way it's like the way civilization seems, the way like advanced civilization seems to be going at the moment. I honestly think urban myths are going to be something that's eventually going to disappear, because eventually we're going to reach a point where we can explain everything and might back it up with science and facts.
There's still has to be
I don't want to be around when that happens, because it's going to remove the wonder from people's lives.
And as I've said before, it's imagination that sparks us. It makes you think of the possible. And if you don't have that, then you're dead as a society.
I think that's one of the things I enjoy about Dark Gathering. The fact that it's not, a lot of it isn't kind of like generic ghost storying. It's all based off urban legend. Most of this session is based off urban legend. It starts off with an urban legend about a telephone box, and now we're at a road tunnel. I mean, road tunnels are spooky places at the best of times, but put a good urban legend against one that has lots of like stories about it. Because I mean, they're reading the story as they're going there. They're reading the stories off a mobile phone about what the tunnel is, about the things that happen in the tunnel.
Yeah, and that's cool. I love the fact as well that they take part in the scrying, which I didn't attribute to Japanese culture. No, I mean, that's definitely a British Isles thing.
I think it exists in some way or another in every culture. I mean, it's like a coin tied to the end of a piece of thread. That's a 1 yen coin,
or a crystal, or a
or a watch. Anything, as long as you can like hang it down.
That's something that resonated with me, because I've seen that before, over here. People using maps and all, and trying to find the ley lines and trying to find areas of energy. So I like that. I know it was just something that resonated with me, because I've seen that we used to hang out with a lot of pagans, etc., and watch their practices.
Yeah. I used to know someone who's very, very, very into his crystallography. It's fascinating to watch.
We're
I
having
think
this
that's it.
strange.
There's so much. I mean, there's so much that happens in this between the three main characters that you can totally go like, been there, done that. I know what that's about.
Mhm. What I'm having a wee bit of trouble getting my head around is Keitaro having a meltdown because Aiko's now his girlfriend.
I think he's just like really shy and a bit of an introvert. He's an introvert. He's really shy. It's like the fact that his childhood friend, who's grown up into a very attractive young lady, is now like officially his girlfriend. I think it may have burnt out something in his brain. But you've got to admit, depending on which way you look at it, the scene when he goes to their house and she answers the door is either the most adorable thing you've ever seen or cringe enough to die. I've seen it before, so I just laughed evilly. But it's adorable. It's like, who am I? Your best friend? That's not right. You're not coming in.
Password.
That's not a password. What am I? It's 3 words. And then basically says like, my girlfriend with steam coming out of his ears. Like you do.
But they've already had this moment. They've had a pretty deep moment between them, so this shouldn't even be a thing anymore.
Yeah, but they were kind of like, that was after they've fought ghosts and the emotions were a bit high. I think it's like Keitaro, he's slept on it now. He's realised what he said, and he's realised that Eiko returned his feelings.
Yeah, so the hard bit's done.
Now he has to live with it, though.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. I'm not seeing a problem with this. I don't know why he's still at this point freaking out.
I was going to say, it's like they're the perfect couple. They're the perfect couple. Like she's a Sunday ghost freak. He's an abject coward, but at the same time, he's a fear junkie. It's a marriage made in heaven.
And he's starting to understand that he does like it.
I think that's the problem. I think that's the thing he's having a problem with. The fact that when she said that to him, he realised deep down she was right, no matter how much he keeps denying it. They are one of the best. But Keitaro, Eiko, and Yayoi are without a doubt 2 of the best couples in anime.
They are a family at this point.
They are. They totally are.
Like there's no if, buts, or maybes. Like they're. But anyway, we go to the S tunnel, and this is where we see the long-haired woman.
Brilliant. They come out with all these things that happen to people who go in the tunnel. Like there's a long-haired woman in a white dress. There's one where am I confusing it with the next tunnel? No, I'm going to shut up. Yes, there's a woman with long hair and a white dress.
I love the way they say to get out of the cars and walk a tunnel first.
Sorry, I might be halfway through eating an orange. I started it just before we started. Like, yeah, it's kind of, well, you've got to be honest. It's like anything. You've got to see the lay of the land. You've got to walk it first. I mean, who wouldn't want to walk hand in hand down like a hideously haunted tunnel?
Well, they did walk hand in hand, just not with each other.
Wait a minute, says Keitaro.
Oh, there's a known as well. Greetings.
Yeah, Eiko's walking in front of us. So who's holding my hand? Chuckles evilly. Welcome to the stream. Can't remember. Does Keitaro look back, or does he just kind of flip?
He just kind of flips. Because when he realizes Eiko's in front of him, that's where he has that moment of,
Got to be honest, though. He does have the best reactions out there. Because like, ho, look at him. I wouldn't react like that if I came face to face with a ghost. No.
I genuinely don't know how I'd react.
No, me neither.
Because unless it can do physical harm to me, I'm not going to be bothered.
Thankfully, Western ghosts and like Oriental ghosts are horses of a different color. It's like, you know, horses in our stories, horses. Ghosts in our stories just tend to stand around and point and wail or scare people. They don't actually tend to actually seek to give you like a hideous death. But
Which is why I can't take them seriously.
Most ghosts in like Asian stories have died some kind of hideous death, and they're out for revenge. So yeah, it doesn't actually explain who the woman is, does it? It's just a ghost.
But that's the whole thing about urban legend, is that they don't know where the origin comes from. They just know this entity haunts the place. It has an agenda, and then there's certain rules. For example, if you're in your car and the doors are closed, it can't get in.
No. Maybe that's why they went to walk the tunnel first.
But yeah, this ghost is a bit sneakier than the rest. It's actually using wandering ghosts as decoys. So it's legit just grabbing another ghost.
Yeah.
And using it like a shield.
Because it does, this ghost, really, it does go down quite easily, doesn't it? It's like from the way they've talked about the tunnel and they've talked it up, you expect it's going to be quite a fight. But it's not. The ghost goes down and gets captured really easily. So it's like they capture the ghost, that's it for the evening, they drop Keitaro off at home, Eiko and Yayoi drive back to their house, and when they're getting out, Yayoi notices that the ghost that's attached to the doll, attached to the stuffed toy they've used to catch it, is actually like some old balding bloke in glasses, and not some mysterious woman in a white dress with long black hair. And that's when we know it's a wandering ghost, and that Keitaro might be in trouble.
I love why the ghost is just confused.
What the wandering ghost just kind of like sits there in the back of the car with his hands in his lap. It
just doesn't know what's there. It's like, okay, I'll do this. It's more frightened than the humans.
It's because there are tiers of ghosts. From the wandering ghosts who don't actually realize they're dead and that they don't have to move on and just wander around until they run out of energy.
Do you remember the retail workers in Marika-chan?
Yes.
Because retail kills your soul, so they didn't know they'd actually died, so they're still trying to serve customers.
That is like wandering ghosts modernized. I love that. I absolutely love that in that series.
I could resonate with that so well because I work in retail and it kills you a little inside every day.
Yes, I worked. I did retail in a charity shop for a few months, only a few months.
Yeah, it's rough.
We've been there.
This actually revitalizes me.
How
If
do
I
we
didn't
know
have
what-
this, I would be in trouble.
Stay away from the light.
Seriously, if I didn't have this all going on, and that was my entire existence, yeah, I'd be a sad, sad person.
Oh. Yeah. So it's nice to have something that you can come home to. I think that's a lot of people's problems, that they basically like, they go to work, they come home, they don't do anything. They don't do anything to like relax. They don't do anything to like blow off steam, to depressurize themselves.
Or an interest or something to fuel them.
Yeah, yeah.
Because even sports fans and that don't have the same level of passion anymore because everything's corporate.
Yeah. Like everything's same. It's like everything's painted with the same color, and it's magnolia.
Just beiges them. They're doing it to hobbies and everything.
Yeah, think like this. It's like we talk about hobbies, but the things about most hobbies these days is hobbies are so bloody expensive.
It's almost been advertised as an elitism. Only certain people can afford to be in this hobby.
So you people should look up at me because I can afford to have this hobby.
And I don't know, you need something in your life. So, for example, likes of Yayoi and Echo. Yayoi has her mission.
Yes.
But as we start to find out this, she can adapt that mission. So they've all got a purpose. You know what I mean? They do their school, they do their work, but ghost hunting is becoming very quickly their passion.
As long as Yayoi does her schoolwork first. Which way she looks like she just collapses across the table.
But we'll find the ghost is trying to strangle Keitaro, and this is where they rush to the house. I love the excuse.
He's wrong phone. He left his phone at our house, and we've got to bring it to him. Oh, that's fine then. Please come into the house at 12:30.
I just go straight to his bedroom.
Yeah, go straight into his bedroom, girls. It's fine. It's fine. But I like the way it looks like Yayoi is outside the door with her her coin on the end of a string, working out where in the room the ghost is.
Yeah, with the map of the house.
Aiko probably gave her that. It's the kind of thing that you think Aiko would have, isn't it?
Yeah, the whole house plotted.
So she hasn't got cameras in there, actually.
Oh God, wouldn't surprise me.
Because it's like, Keitaro wouldn't notice. He's not like Yagami.
I love the fact that they're like, right, you have a very important role in this team. You're the decoy. But it's a very important job. You need to do it.
What a thing to tell a guy after he's almost been killed by a ghost. But one thing I like this, because I'm things like that. She's there. She's captured the ghost. She's holding it down. Give him back. Give Keitaro back. She basically gives birth to him.
That's why he slides out in his pajamas.
Because he just slides out from under her skirt between her legs, and you're like, oh, no.
It's a boy.
It's a boy. It's a Keitaro. Oh no. But I love the fact that she catches the ghost. She catches the ghost in that stuffed toy. It's like basically torturing the spirit before she gets in there. They go back to what's it? They go back to this one. What's the next one? Might be the next one. Let me skip forward. Yes, the next one.
Yeah, because this is about the next morning.
It's a bit where it's like he's leaving their home. He's like, "I'll see you soon." And she's like, "Oh, Keitaro, wait up a moment." Opens his backpack. The cuddly toy containing the spirit of the ghost they've just captured is like in his backpack with glowing eyes, trembling.
Trying to sneak back.
Trying to sneak back with Keitaro. I mean, it's like, because she wants to, of course, devour his soul so she can stay in the living world a little bit longer. I love that. I love the fact that like stronger spirits feed on weaker spirits.
Also, the fact that Yayoi's going to like punish the spirit. Very naughty. You're going to get spanked when you get back home.
Yeah, it trembles a lot. It trembles a lot more. It can't hit back at her without hurting itself. Each one of those spirits is a Pavlov's dog. She's conditioning them.
Mm-hmm.
Just how evil is this girl?
No, she's just very focused and merciless. Which is why she needs Keitaro in the first place, because she's become an urban legend in the afterlife. Any ghost, the first thing they're told is the legend of Yayoi. And if you see Yayoi, run. If you remember back to the first episode, they're hiding in temples. And she's smashing through the temples to get to them.
Yeah. She needs Keitaro because Keitaro can find the ghost boss, the spirits are attracted to him.
But they're terrified of her.
She needs Keitaro to make the ghosts come out so that she can hunt them.
And then this is at the end, let's find that Keitaro's getting a new student. But it was strange because we have Aiko's smile at the end of it. And it made me wonder whether I should set this up.
Take her, of course you have. I mean, there's no way anything in this is. We know nothing that happens in this is by accident, just for the simple reason that it's like at the end of one of the previous episodes, Aiko is explaining how she like set everything up so that it's like Keitaro meets Yayoi and becomes his student that brings them closer together, that lets him go ghost hunting with the two of them. Everything has been plotted, everything has been worked out in advance, and everything is going to plan.
But that doesn't make sense when we get into the next story, the next part of this. Because if it's all Aiko's plan, she wouldn't react the way she does.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's a case of like stepping out into water that's too deep for you. Because even Yayoi is kind of like, oh shit. And you've got to be honest, nothing phases her.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. So this is one I had. So when I looked at Betrothed the Divinity, this is where Keitaro meets his new student. And straight away he goes, she's a Garu.
Garu. Right.
I had to look that up because...
Right. A Garu is a girl who embraces Western fashion and Western makeup styles. But they tend to go like really, really bright, really, really cheerful. They talk in a certain way using lots of slang.
It's the same as referring to somebody as a goth or an emo or a punk. You know, it's just another term.
It's not something we see around here because we all dress in Western fashion anyway. The most Gyaru thing about her is the fact that her hair's blonde, which is probably dyed.
Mm.
Maybe those stockings. Pink with
But yeah,
purple
she is
spots.
completely just embracing her character, whatever it is. But she is completely complete in her head.
Welcome to Gyaru culture. If you stay with anime, you'll see a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are quite normal, and then you get Ai. Who is, you've got to be honest, she's living the dream.
Not so much as we started to delve into the story.
At the moment, it looks like she's living the dream. She's not smart enough to win a donut.
Mm. And she seems very clumsy, but it turns out she is plagued with ghosts.
Mm. Yes, because in the first scene you meet her, she's running towards Keitaro and she just trips and falls over. But she doesn't trip. She reveals later on she didn't fall. Something grabbed her by the ankle. And she fell over.
So ghosts are like following her, grabbing at her, making her life difficult. But she also has the spirit of her dead brother with her.
That's a whole other bucket of worms there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, it's like if you think about it, it's like she was there when her brother died in a horrific accident. When a crane on a building site dropped its load, and a pallet of girders landed on top of it.
That's gonna hurt.
And you get his final death speech where he's like, "Don't cry. I don't want my last memory of you to be of you being sad." Which you've got to admit is a bit oof, would make you cry even harder.
I was a bit sick of my mouth, actually.
Bob?
I was a bit sick of my mouth. That was a wee bit too sugary sweet for me.
Yeah, but
that's a death speech you have rehearsed.
It's like, do you know what? If I get hit by a bunch of girders tomorrow, I'm going to say exactly the same thing to the first person who comes to scrape me up.
My words are going to be you know, and words to that effect.
Not the famous last lines of "Wipe my hard drive."
My hard drive's boring.
My hard drive's full of
it's
anime.
all got work stuff on it.
Anime, and more anime.
You search my hard drive, right? And most of us take it up with templates for this podcast and stuff. You know, all the templates for my images, that's what this all is. And Word documents with the script and stuff like that. I'm not exciting.
I'm rewatching that time I was reincarnated as slime, which is all about this guy who gets killed and basically resurrects like a small blue blob of slime. And it's like the last thing he says before he dies is he grabs hold of his co-worker and goes, "Wipe my hard drive." And there's this brilliant scene of his co-worker chucking his boss's PC into a bath full of water and then like praying over it.
God, that's like an early 2000s thing.
Stupid anyway, yeah, about that time. But yeah, like, things could be a lot worse for Ai, but I believe that her dead brother's spirit is protecting her.
Yeah, because basically if he wasn't there batting the ghosts off, they'd have grabbed her and captured her or done something with her.
But it's like the thing that impresses Keitaro most about Ai is their tasting contact lenses.
Yeah.
Because she has actual physical stars in her eyes. because she's being haunted, because she's being hounded by a spirit. Keitaro is like, I know someone who could help you. And he brings her to meet Yayoi, who captures the spirit. And the moment the spirit is captured, the stars leave her eyes. It never tells you that. It's something you have to notice yourself.
And
because if you don't notice it then, you won't notice it until the stars actually come back.
Mm-hmm. But I am sick and tired of exposition. I'm sick and tired of not being told, not shown. And this is an example of just something subtle. And it doesn't telegraph it to you. It just happens.
Mm.
And it just makes you have to be invested in what you're watching.
Yeah, it's like it's. I think it's like kind of like you don't have to watch modern movies of any genre because they are quite happy. You can sit there with your closed eyes, but you can sit there with your eyes closed, and the film will quite happily describe every single thing that is happening. You don't need to watch it; you just have to listen to it. And yeah, it is really, really annoying because I like intelligent film. I like intelligent films, intelligent programs where you have to sit there and concentrate on it, or you will miss something important. They don't seem to make films like that anymore.
No, and then also people that talk about movies online, they wait to see what the opinion is. You can tell half of them haven't even watched the thing.
Yeah.
Because they just go with the same talking point that everybody else talks about.
God, I hate that.
But that's what I mean. We used to go to the cinema, not even reviewing, but we used to just talk about the movies watched or what did you watch over the weekend in school. And I don't think people do that anymore.
No, it's because like, which film have you seen? Oh, I've seen this film. Oh, what about the bit where such and such does such and such? What? I never noticed that. It's basically the bit where such a character does such and such a thing. It's like, yeah, such and such a character does such a thing, and then this other character does that. Oh, I didn't notice that. Then you'd be there comparing notes about the films. And then you go and see it a second time, and it'd be like watching a totally different movie.
Where I feel a lot of the conversation now, particularly the online conversation, is just, I like this movie because I'm a nice person.
Oh my God, if you don't like this film, you're a terrible person. If you don't like this film, it's because this film wasn't made for you.
Yeah, and it's a reductive, it's such a reductive argument or conversation. There's no joy anymore in just having a conversation.
It's almost like every film and every person in that film has to try and prove a point. I'm going to use the absolute flaming train crash that was the last Snow White as an example.
Didn't even watch it.
Me neither. I was told it. I was told it wasn't for me. Like, what's her name? Can't remember her name. She's
Rachel Zegler.
I was going to say she's passed from history. She'll never be anything. She'll probably be in another film again as long as she lives. But what's it? She stood. She stood in front of like news broadcasters on chat programs. She posted on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all those, saying that this film was only for a specific group of people, and if you didn't like this, or this, don't bother going to see it. So nobody did.
And the thing bombed. There's another example is actually the director of the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah.
He came off with something stupid. The movie bombed, and it turned out a good movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I saw it.
Enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I saw it.
Well.
Ron brought it on DVD, and it was like, we'll sit down, and we'll watch it this weekend. You know what? We watched it. We really enjoyed it. It was Dungeons and Dragons, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was as close. It was as close as like Dungeons and Dragons as I've ever seen. It was brilliant, but because of one person's comment, the movie bombed. I actually think they should put like a gag order on actors and actresses in movies, so they can't talk about the film.
It's having the opposite effect. It used to be that the people involved in the production went out to promote it, because they're such arseholes and they're so antagonistic that they put people off. And they have the opposite effect. It's actually don't want people to go watch a movie. Like I said, it's just a simple. I made a thing. I hope you like it.
That's all they have to say. It's like I've really enjoyed being in this film. I feel like I've really managed to put my character across. I've played it well. Everybody else plays their characters well. Come to the cinema, watch it. You won't be disappointed. You'll really enjoy it. Then just stop speaking and walk away from the camera.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of which, Horrific Tales Volume 5 is out now. If you are so inclined, it's a collection of science fiction horror stories. Volume 5 is mad science.
My volume has been ordered. It should be delivered tomorrow. I'm looking forward to reading it because I've got nothing to read at the moment.
I'll be doing an unboxed video. Mine's due in tomorrow or Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
We've got returning authors, new authors. We've got some authors that used to be involved in the podcast who've been away for a while. So we have a whole range of people involved in this one.
Looking forward to this one.
Hope you enjoy it. It's not repetitive. Each one's a different, unique story, which is cool.
That's one of the things I like about the horrific tales. Every story is different.
Well, that's the thing. I try when I'm putting it out and getting people involved. I try to give as not much of a general description of what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So people don't feel pigeonholed. But yeah, it's glad that came together. There's a bit of a delay with it, but we got it over the line, and yeah, it's looking good. I've already had people send pictures of me of the book arriving. It looks good. You know, it's like physically great.
Yep. I'll post a picture of mine as soon as it arrives.
Well, where were we? Yeah, we capture the spirit. Eyes. I was trying to say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, it's like
Change color. And then the strange twist is that the spirit of her brother tries to kill her.
Yeah, that night, the spirit of her brother tries to bottle her, which you can kind of understand upsets her a great deal.
Mm-hmm. They would find it a true tragic story.
Yeah, but he's trying to. It's been. Oh God, what's the number? I'll say 30 days. It's been 30 days since his death.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's the time has come for his spirit to leave the earth, and just before he leaves the earth, they ask him why he's done this thing, why he's tried to kill her. He's done it to protect her from her fate. And they're talking with I afterwards, and I is 16 years old, and she reveals that in 5 more years, when she's 21, she's going to die anyway, because she's been promised to a god.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fuck moment. That is the moment where where this anime picks up the biggest can of black paint and the biggest brush it can, and it just paints everything black.
But that's not even the most horrendous part.
Oh no.
She lives on her own because her family has abandoned her.
Because she's been, because she was told to leave the family home because she has been claimed by this god. The stars in her eyes aren't contacts. She's been branded. If the thought of somebody branding your eyeballs doesn't make you wince,
yeah,
I love the harshness of it. It's like, I love the way it's like this story is like, this is a story you're telling and we don't care.
But this is where they decide they need to bring A away from her apartment and bring her back to Yayoi's house.
Yes.
The problem is they travel there by bicycle.
Come on, that's one of the greatest bicycle rides in any anime ever. I mean, that bicycle ride there, it ranks up there with the motorcycle chasing Akira.
Like they can fairly move that thing about. Like that's one of them big, huge,
even to the point
bikes.
where there's a scene where Keitaro slams the brakes on and slides his bike sideways. Almost a parody of Akira.
Oh, you're expecting the music to play.
It is all on what I basically call an old woman's push bike, because it's got one of those things at the back that you put your loaf of bread on.
Yeah, but you need some muscle to move those things. It's not a racing bike.
But then again, if you think about it, Keitaro he goes to the gym, eats well, does everything. He's got loads of stamina because he has to have, because of his because he has to fight his curse.
Mm-hmm.
I still love that curse. I still haven't worked out what the point of that curse is, but I love it.
I think that's going to be later on. Where was it? Yeah, they need to get Echo. And it turns out she's tracking him and she's jealous of the student.
I love the fact that she's still tracking. She is tsundere, also total control freak. Actually, no, she's not tsundere, she's yandere. I'm updating her status to a slightly more dangerous level. Because if some other woman actually showed any kind of like affection to Keitaro, they will disappear and the body would never be found.
Which, this is the bit that confuses me. Because we see that smile, which hints that she might have been involved in the second. But the way she behaves means that she hasn't been. So the jealousy in that means that this is something to sideswipe her.
I don't know. I don't know if it's ever explained.
Was it just an editing thing? Do you think
I'm not sure, but it's like she I don't know if it's because she's in control. It could be like she's in control. It could be like Keitaro suddenly like having a second student in I. It could be like she planned it. Because it's like, apparently this girl is like having trouble with ghosts. Keitaro will love that. Yayoi will love it. I'm going to make it out. So this, whether or not she didn't actually realize that the problem that I has is so much more than ghosts. Like the reason ghosts are attracted to I is because she's basically believing that like the god that has claimed her is powerful. Too powerful for her to contain his power, so it's literally bleeding out of her eyes, which is what's attracting all the ghosts who are giving her problems. So whether or not whether or not Eiko didn't realize just how big the problem with I was, I don't know. That could be the reason why she is. But it's like, it's like they're college students, so they're like 19, 20, and Keitaro has suddenly got like a very clingy 16-year-old. You can understand the clinginess. You can understand the clinginess. She's terrified by what's going on.
Yep. But Eiko, if she had been behind us, would have sussed I out.
Well, I don't know, because how how do you tell that somebody is like?
Do you think Eiko doesn't do her research?
No, she definitely does her research.
Yeah, so the jealousy bit means that maybe the faculty just got involved and this is a curveball.
I think the jealousy is all to do with the fact of like pretty 16-year-old Garu clinging to the arm of the man, because they're not kids, who was clinging to the arm of the man who's just declared his love to her.
Yeah,
she's jealous.
But I love the way Yayoi...
We'll forgive her because she's Eiko.
Yeah, but I love the way Yayoi covers for her.
Eiko's lovely. I'll forgive her anything.
Yeah. But Yayoi actually covers for her.
Yes.
And makes an excuse why she should be there so quickly.
I love the way they kind of like they fist bump, and you've got A's kind of looking there with question marks. So you should have waited in the car. Fist bump.
But it turns out that it's not going to be a straight get out of the apartment clear.
I love this bit where they're kind of like we need to get out of here before. It's like, oh, I just need to, like, Keitaro's like, oh, I need to go to the toilet before I go, I can't wait. And Yayoi's like, okay, but we've got to get out of here quick before the bigger baddies show up. Keitaro's standing just outside the door, pale, pupils dilated to pinpricks, looking at something. He's like, I think we're too late. And you've got to be honest, that ghost is freaky.
That was well drawn.
It kind of looks perfectly normal, apart from the fact its eyes are sideways. Instead of the eyelids running like left to right, they run up to down. So its eyes are like vertical in its head.
It's like something Jinjo Idol will come up with.
It's kind of like you don't have to go overboard with ghosts. You just have to make them a little bit creepy, and it's like its demeanor will do the rest.
A normal face, but make something slightly off. It's sort of enough to scream at the lizard part of your brain to go, danger, danger.
It's like this isn't right.
But I love the way Keitaro decides he's like going to proper follow through going to the toilet. Like I wouldn't be, I'd be holding it.
I've got to be honest. I've got to be honest. If that was me, if I turned out to walked in, I really need to go to the toilet. Walked into the hallway, saw that thing standing there. I just walked back in the room. Nope, been to the loo. Everything's fine.
That's right.
I don't think Eiko's let me sit in the car though. I'd be like, well, I needed a wee. Walk back into the room, shaking a leg. But yeah, it's but literally, he just walks through the ghost and decides to go to the toilet. Unfortunately, this is a ghost that has privacy issues.
Mm-hmm. There would have been a good opportunity here for like a splashing sound. Like, I'm sorry, if you're sitting on the top and that thing's coming in at you, you'd be moving.
So how's constipation? Cured.
Sploosh. You know what I mean?
Well, sploosh would be more like. I would physically lose weight.
So while this is going on, the girls are discussing really important things.
Well, I think that they were fairly important.
Yeah, I got to talk about what's next.
it's like the discussion of the perils of midnight snacking. Because Yayoi, who's kind of like, how old is she? 6, 7 years old, something like that. She's like, no, girls shouldn't snack at night for obvious reasons. To which A's responds, that's okay, because if you snack hard enough, you don't need breakfast. I mean, she's not wrong.
We've all been there.
But yeah. It's like 3:30 in the morning, sitting there, finishing off a can of Pringles. I've been there.
But this is where they decide not to take the stairs. I'd be taking the stairs in this.
Yeah. It's like Keitaro comes back in. We've got to get out of here now. They don't question him once, but yeah, they decide to take the elevator.
And this is where the ghost tries to like nick his brainstem or something.
Oh, I love that moment. I love the moment where, like, as they're going down in the elevator, the ghost slips one of its hands into the back of Keitaro's neck, and basically is there just kind of like strumming his brainstem like a guitar string.
Because of the doll, it can't do anything.
Because of Yayoi's doll, it can't hurt them, but he knows exactly what it was trying to do. It was trying to rip his brain out the back of its neck. But you've got to be honest, I'm nicking that. I'm stealing this and using it in a game.
Just rips your brain out. But it turns out this is how this ghost kills. It steals the brain from the living, and then their ghosts remain afterwards as a servant. Like, that's not nice.
It's
quite beastly.
Quite a bit. It's a pretty sadistic ghost.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it's like it kills its victims and then allows them to keep the memories of their death. And if they don't do exactly as it says, it kind of like pinches and scratches and pulls on their like spinal cord to cause them pain.
He keeps them like trophies or like a bunch of balloons or something.
Yeah, the brains, but it's like his victims. His victims are basically his hunting dogs.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they are. They're not the ghosts. They're not the ghosts of people. They've been reduced to like the status of animals in his eyes, and they will do anything he tells them to, including dragging Keitaro out of the lift. On basement level 2, which the building doesn't have. It's just like a liminal space created by the ghost. I'm so grateful to liminal spaces. They explain so many things.
But this is where it gets really gruesome because Keitaro and Yayoi, they escape, but then those two decide to go back in to face this thing. And even though they defeat it, that's not enough.
Nope, they don't kill it. They capture it, but they do not kill it. You got to admit, the fight against the ghost, which I'm not going to discuss, everyone's going to have to go and watch it. The fight against the ghost is absolutely first class.
It wasn't an easy fight. Even Yayoi it's not the usual Yayoi just jumping in and dealing with it. This thing can fight.
Have you noticed, because it's like from this point as the series goes on, the fights are getting harder, and there are moments when you actually wonder, are they gonna come out on the other side of this?
Oh yeah, because there are different types of spirits as well, and using different tactics.
Yeah, I want a role-playing game of this. I've almost got one. It's called Chill.
You can adapt it to, that story.
Yeah. This would work really well in Chill. Don't give me ideas. But yeah, they decide to take the ghost, and like it's like at the moment I can't use her room because it's like the god power that she's bleeding is attracting all these ghosts. So they need some way to keep the ghosts from coming into her room. What they need is a scarecrow. Should we discuss the scarecrow, or should we just leave it there and let people find out?
No, I think we need to discuss this because this is twisted. So what they do is they take the spirit of the ghost, they truss him up, and he's only able to move. His prisoners are put with him so they can take their revenge.
Use the T word, because that's what it is. It's like they reduce the spirit to almost like what its victims have become. Just a head with like the spinal cord hanging down from the end of its neck. And they give it to his victims to torture. Yeah, eventually its victims will fade away, but not until they have had their revenge, which could take months, years, decades, just scratching and pinching and pulling at this thing's nerves.
However, this is the twisted bit. A's energy revitalizes the ghost.
Yeah.
So he gets regenerated and lives through it.
Did you not notice the second twisted bit? That when the ghosts when the ghosts have had enough of like torturing their killer, when they finally go away and they leave, Yayoi is going to come back for him.
Oh yeah, she's got it in her diary.
God, I love that.
The fact that she's planning when she's 20 or 30 years of age to come back for him.
Yeah. Like in 20 odd years' time, she's going to go and claim him and add him to her army.
Even if she doesn't need the army at that point. But the other bit is even more twisted. They use spiritual symbols throughout the apartment to point ghosts, so that they follow this trail.
Yeah. To the scarecrow.
So basically, they see that they go, "Uh-oh!"
That is such an amazing idea. This is like Japanese spirituality from 900,000, 1,100 years ago, being brought up to modern spec. It's like this is like some seriously clever writing. I am totally here for it. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Out of all the horror anime I have watched, this is number one. It's like there are plenty like S tier and double S tier. As far as I'm concerned, Dark Gathering is God. I don't think nothing that's come out since this has been anywhere near this kind of level of clever writing.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's clever storytelling.
I'm not gonna lie, I am in awe of this anime. It's like I can finish watching it and then watch it again from the start and still pull things from it and enjoy it. It's just that kind of anime.
This should serve as a template or a guide or inspiration for people.
When I have the spare money, I'm going to buy the manga. I think there's like 8 volumes of it currently.
I'll not lie.
And then I'm going to sit and I'm just going to like binge the entire thing. Awesome.
But yeah, but this is, you can use old stories, folklore, and instead of just regurgitating them, update them and bring them into the modern world.
Hellgirl tries to do the same thing.
Mhm.
It brings like ancient Japanese spirituality into the modern as it was then world. Because you've got to remember that it's quite old.
It's the AOL MySpace world.
It's kind of like the computer is beige and it's a box.
Mm-hmm.
But
that could be
updated. When I watch Hellgirl, I do feel my age because I remember PCs like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my first PC was a 386 DX66. Yeah.
Well, it was Serial Experiments Lane.
Yeah, Lane.
That was
Lane is. Should we really go down this rabbit hole? Because we're going to have another 2 hours.
No, that was like an hour.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god, it's like Serial Experiment Lane it's an anime about us because we lived through the era of like dial-up and AOL and computers looking like biscuit tins.
A 17-inch monitor needed its own desk.
It's like, oh yeah, but I had like, oh my god, I had what was it? I had a 19-inch monitor. It took 2 of us to move it. Big CRT thing, which if you think about it, is basically like if the wire mesh wasn't in the screen, it would blow your head off because it's basically like a Star Wars particle accelerator shooting a high energy beam at little phosphor dots to make them glow. And the reason they banned CRT televisions is because they can kill.
Mm-hmm.
You sit there watching Pot Black on a death laser.
Nah, it was all fun.
I'm getting carried away. I'll shut up.
But this is where the twist happens in the story anyway.
Yes.
The ghost they captured wasn't actually a ghost. It was a personification of a god. And for once, the new spirit put in the Yayoi's room was more powerful than the rest of them put together.
When they get back to Yayoi's room, well, they show it. It's like the god literally annihilates half of the spirits in the room. And when they get back and Yayoi opens the door, bloodshed. The entire room is just dripping in blood.
And then the god appears.
So I love the way it's kind of like, it's like, I'm not scared of you. I'm going to take you down. Oh, says this voice behind them. And how are you going to do that? And then that eye just collapses as if like strings have been cut. And there's just this floating head with like the creepiest smile ever, just floating in the middle of the hall behind them.
But yeah, he doesn't even flinch.
I love the conversation that they have. It's a line where she goes, it's like for the level of power that I'm feeling off of you, you must be at least 500 years old, and you're gonna take her when she's what, 21. Well, I'm not going to let some god with his problematic age gap stand in my way.
Basically called him a nonce.
She basically called him a nonce. It's brilliant. It's like. When Yayoi grows up to a respectable age, I'm going to marry her. I've decided.
Grimmer. Go get your application for the BBC.
Tell everyone you will. It's like she's such an awesome character. Such an amazing. I mean, she's there being faced by a Keitaro. Keitaro manages to kind of like find his courage for a few moments and basically tells the god that he's not going to let it do anything to his students. So I think it actually impresses Yayoi.
Yeah,
and there's what is that line towards the end of the conversation? There's like basically Yayoi stands there and she gives them like the thumbs down symbol that you give to gladiators to tell them to kill your opponent. They'll kill their opponent, and she's like, "I'm going to create a throne for your divinity as you serve us." I'm just like, damn. As far as challenges go, you've got to be honest, that's pretty cool.
But that's about he says he'll return for Yayoi.
Yeah, he normally likes his women with larger breasts. But instead of taking I, he's going to take Yayoi instead. So basically, yeah, the gods are nonce. You know, it's... And then the god just disappears. And I wakes up. That is such a powerful episode. And I love the fact that episode is titled Blasphemy.
Well, it kind of makes sense. Because they're blaspheming a god. I think the god let itself be captured.
They've just faced a spirit. One spirit that almost overpowered them. And now they're going to take on a god. But there's a bit where Yayoi is holding one of her dolls, and this doll is trembling. All the dolls in the room that have survived are trembling, and it's like they're not trembling because they're afraid of it. They're trembling because of how much they want to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many awesome lines in this anime. I may slightly be gushing and fanboying. It's a terrible anime for me to review because I don't think it can do anything wrong.
But this is where the story or the mission changes.
Yes.
So Yayoi still has her mission to save her mother. But then she comes up with a plan that if she can capture the god and use it to fight,
it's another weapon.
She's going to capture a god and use it to fight and free her mother using the god rather than wasting time with all these spirits.
I love the bit where when they question her on the spare of the moment with no explanation whatsoever, she tells them that she's already defeated a god.
But capturing one's going to be a bit more tricky.
Capturing one's going to be a bit harder. So she's going to need her graduates. And on that, she tells everybody to leave the room because the devouring is about to take place.
Yeah, and this is where the leftover spirits basically fight each other to the death to produce one super spirit. And according to Yayoi, this is not the first time this has happened.
Yeah, they reach an eventual point where one of the spirits becomes so dangerous that all of the other spirits attack it. But the powerful spirit manages to like basically destroy and eat all the other spirits in the room till it's the only one left. And it evacuates her room.
It's a little bit Pokemon-esque. But it's with deadly ghosts.
But let's be honest. If this was Pokemon, I'd play it. God, if it was like a really, really deep, really, really, really dark, because it's like episodes 1 through 6. Some of them are quite dark, but there's always something that happens that will make you laugh. There's something funny in there. A lot of the fun aspects disappear when you get to episode 7.
No, it's completely changes in tone.
It's like episode 7 is where you have to. It's like you can't wade through the darkness anymore. You've got to put on like You've got to swim in it. And this, it's like I honestly think this, like this, the Godslayer arc hasn't finished. It doesn't finish by the end of the series. Slight spoiler there, but it just it picks up pace. It picks up pace.
So this is where they start coming up with plans. So first of all, they clean the rooms and his apartment as well, so she can actually live in it.
I'm quite sad that this is the episode where we lose Ai for a while, because she has to go back to like a hometown of Kyoto for her brother's memorial service. And people in the know, the moment she says her hometown is Kyoto, are like, that's why she's been betrothed to a god. They're a funny lot in Kyoto. No offense to people from Kyoto, like they're really great, but it's kind of like very spiritual kind of town. The old capital. And she runs out. I've got to be honest, I do miss her. Because it's like, Keitaro is quite a serious character. Eiko is quite a serious character. Yayoi is nothing but a serious character. And it's like, Eiko just had a little bit of brightness. Most of it from the socks she was wearing. Pink, purple spots.
They needed her out of the way so they could get down to serious balance.
Yeah, because apart from being like, she has no powers like the others. I think Eiko has a power. I've just never been able to work out what it is.
Stalking.
Well, apart from that one, like a mystical power. But I suppose, like knowing exactly where Keitaro is 24/7, and being able to just turn up as the cavalry is a massive help.
Yeah, I think for this though, Aya needed to be out of the road, because I don't think she would have fitted in with the mission.
No, she wouldn't. She did. I mean, it's like attracting ghosts. I mean, you've got Keitaro, who attracts spirits to him all the time, and then you've got A, who does the same thing. Only like A is kind of like much better at it, which is why you get the really dangerous spirits coming in.
But this is where they decide they're going to travel basically the length of Japan and pick up various spirits along the way.
It's a grand scheme. They are going to like strip Japan of its most dangerous ghosts in order to train them up to fight this god.
And this is where we get the I think these are the two darkest episodes.
But we haven't covered the ultimate darkness at the end of the last episode.
Well, this is where she wants to take the graduate spirit and basically try him out.
We've missed the bit where Keitaro turns around and says, "Before we do anything like that, you've got your work to do." And Eiko goes, "Oh no, I've fallen behind with my homework as well. If anybody needs me, I'll be at the library." And then Keitaro and Yayoi finish their work, and it's about 6 o'clock. And she says, "Like, is there anything you want to do now? Can I go for a ride with you?" Which is unusual. They're on his bike, and she kind of confesses to him, kind of, sort of, in a non-creepy kind of way. Because she told him he was like the best decoy ever, but he's not the best decoy anymore. He's an important member of the team, and she cares for him. And she thinks she can only say that because he's sitting behind them and she can't see his face, which is kind of adorable.
She has issues.
Well, if I was Yayoi, I'd have all the issues. I've got to be honest.
So her opening up to him like that is a big step.
Shows just how much like the partnership, if that's what you want to call it, has grown. But I love the bit where it's like, is there anywhere you want to go? My treat. Yes, there is. And that's where that episode ends.
Mm-hmm.
And the next episode is the Castle H Ruins, Danger Rank S. And at the beginning, it basically runs through that bit again. Where do you want to go? She wants to go to one of the most powerful ghost sites in Japan so she can try out her new gadget or maybe find a place to hide it. And this is a proper ghost story.
This is like back home we have a place called Bloody Bridge. And that's massive battle, you know. The river ran red with blood. That's why it was called Bloody Bridge. There's other sites that got all over the British Isles here. It's like sites. That's all battles were just fought, massacred by thousands.
Bodies left to the crows.
Yeah, we have but this is where we find out this was the scene of a battle in the 1500s. And the entire population, you know, the village was just slaughtered to the man, woman, and child.
Mm.
The army had went out in maneuvers, but the enemy had what had they done? They distracted them.
Yeah, there were 1,000 people left to defend the castle, and the attacking force was something like 40,000.
And they wanted to do this to demoralize the army that had left. So when they came home, this would be left for them as a message.
Yeah, they killed the men, left them where they lay. They killed the women folk, beheaded them, and then stuck their heads on spikes to demoralize the army when they came back.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not too sure who the group were, what they signified.
They were the ladies of the castle, the noble women.
Oh, the noble, right?
Like the wives of the lord, the wives of the wives of the samurai. They decided they weren't going to like let their husbands find them as a head on a spike. So they went to the top of a waterfall, slit their throats, and threw themselves off it into the water below. You've got to be honest. It's like, yeah,
that's dedicated.
That's honor and everything that's wrong with it.
I think it's coming back then of, you know, say you're in a zombie apocalypse and you've got rolling around in the chamber.
Yeah.
Do you use it yourself? Or let the zombies take you?
I think blowing my brains out would be slightly less painful than being turned into a zombie.
That was their equivalent, you know, really sharp knife.
Yeah.
Or let the army do what they were going to do, which wouldn't have been pleasant.
Fellas, slitting your throat in Japan doesn't involve pulling a knife across your throat. It means stabbing yourself through the gap at the bottom of your Adam's apple, and then twisting the knife. Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like there are some seriously grim stories, and Yayoi's reading this out to him. Oh no, Yayoi's like she hands the article to Keitaro so that he can read it, and it's like you'll be walking along like the path, and all of a sudden you'll find like a group of samurai and women marching along behind you, and they'll march faster and faster until like they pass through you. Or there's the one where you can see the ghosts of the women who took their own lives and threw themselves into the water, standing at the top of the top of the waterfall, or spirits flying through the skies and things like that. But the most interesting one is the fact that an old woman will approach you and she'll take you round the castle ruins.
Funny enough,
They
an
just
old
happened to
woman
be
appears.
following an old woman who came along and offered to take them around the castle ruins. Irony.
And then this is
And then
where they get separated.
This is where it gets a bit weird, because it's like Keitaro takes Yayoi's hand and he's there smiling at her and saying, like, I don't want us to get lost. I don't want to get lost. We've got to be careful. Keep hold of my hand, and whatever you do, don't let go. So she walks off with Keitaro. Meanwhile, Keitaro is walking along by himself. And he suddenly comes to his senses and realizes that the old lady and Yayoi are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, and this is where it gets really dark.
Yeah, it's like Keitaro starts to run, and he sees spirits in the woodland around him, but he can't normally see spirits. He can just sense them.
Which
And then
is a really powerful place.
He gets attacked by a number of like ghost women who kind of like grab hold of him and hold him down. And then it's like it's almost like they want him to learn their history. So he actually goes through like a first-person view of first-person experience of one of these women slashing their throats and then throwing themselves into the water at the bottom of the waterfall. I forgot what waterfall was called there for a moment. And it's like when he comes back, he's still being held by these ghosts, but it's like no, he kind of like wakes up and the ghosts are gone, and it's like oh, that was so realistic. And he puts his hand to his neck, and when he pulls his hand away, his hand is covered in blood, and it shows you that like there's a slit on his neck and blood is running down his front. And he looks down and he sees the doll that Yayoi gave him to protect him, and it's basically been beheaded because one of the ghosts laid a curse on him that is going to take his head. It went through the doll and hit him, but only slightly. But he's only got a matter of time before his head comes off. Meanwhile, old Granny is walking along with Yayoi thinking how delicious she looks. And Yayoi knows that there's something wrong, but she can't quite put her finger on it.
It's like their minds have been muddled or something. Or a glamour's been put on them.
It's like Yayoi is like walking along, and she just collapses, face first, down on the ground. And it cuts back to Keitaro. Keitaro is running through the forest, shouting Yayoi's name. Tears streaming down his face. The lad is absolutely terrified. And he finds Yayoi.
That was a dark scene.
Oh, it's I tell you, it gets dark. He finds Yayoi hanging by a rope from a tree.
I think we all knew it was a vision, but still, it wasn't.
It's still a kicker, though, isn't it? It's like
it still hits. It still has impact.
It's kind of like okay, fair enough. We've had ghosts, we've had like monsters, we've had spirits, we've had demons, we've had gods. Now we've got a kid hanging by its neck from a tree. Just how far are these guys prepared to go to tell their story?
And this is where we'll realize that something's twisted. If you need to tell your story, then give somebody the vision, but you let them escape, and then they tell the story, the vision they had.
Yeah.
And that keeps the story alive. But that's not what's happening here.
Something doesn't quite fit, does it?
Yep, and this is where we're going to the second part of this.
Something is out of place here.
Mm-hmm. Because we've got an actual clear motivation of the ghost. Their behavior isn't working with that.
Mm.
But then that's where we're going to the next episode, Castle H Ruins, Danger and Guess, the second half of the story. Would you say it's story or segment or chapter?
I honestly, I think it's the second part of the story, because it's like Keitaro finding, air quotes, Yayoi hanging from a tree is where that episode ends. Then you have to wait a week for the next part of the story. Can you imagine having to wait a week after that for the next part of the story?
No, it was a good cliffhanger.
I watched this pretty much the same day it was released on Japan, so I had to wait for a week. I counted the hours.
But this is where they have a flip and we realize that Yayoi is still alive, because the old lady ghost is... It's the spirits she's carrying she wants to eat, isn't it?
I think it is. She's not really interested in Yayoi. It's the spirit in like the little finger doll she's carrying.
Yep.
It's like, the thing is, it's like, although Yayoi is like unconscious, the spirit in the finger doll is it, and it can defend itself by basically jabbing itself, still attached to Yayoi's hand, into the spirit's eye and giving it a good twist.
Yep.
And then, as this is happening, in the background, we hear Keitaro scream Yayoi's name. And it snaps her awake.
And this is where there's a cruelty to the Yayoi. There's a, you have messed with me, now you're going to hurt.
Oh yeah, she whips out the length of rope that's made from the
the black rope.
When she caught the ghost from the tunnel, she ripped some of its hair out and made it into a rope, and she uses it as a whip against the old lady.
And boy, does she do it!
She doesn't stop to think, does she? She absolutely, totally lays in.
And the old lady goes there, just bolts. Like, I didn't sign up for this sort of thing.
Yep, the old lady, whoever she is, just disappears.
Yep. But this is the bit where we see this is a different type of spirit and something's happened or something's went wrong. Keitaro encounters her. And everyone she's tried to tell her story to is trapped in a dome.
The huge spirit in the sky in the form of a dome.
But the bodies of previous tourists, anyone who's visited this area, it's still there. Which shows that her original intention is twisted. Because if she wanted to tell her story, she would let these people go. And then they would go tell the story, it would become legend, and then her story would remain alive. But what she's doing is counterproductive. Because these people are not getting to leave, don't tell the story.
And this is how we know something is wrong. The arms come down from this dome. They grab hold of Keitaro and start to pull him up into the dome, where he's going to be trapped for eternity until like the slice across his neck finishes his job and his head falls off. And just when you don't know what's going to happen, Yayoi to the rescue.
And this is where she releases the high priest, the graduate spirit.
Right. Rate that spirit, rate the graduate on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, he's a 10. He's excellent. He is not messed about.
What kind of monsters does he create in her bedroom?
What if you think he was the result of the fight? He was the champion.
Yeah,
That's some serious leveling up.
He's in the shape of a priest, and he just sits in the lotus position on the ground and chants sutras. Like he chants sing-songy prayers.
The most deadliest prayers ever, because this is where Yayoi has to hand Keitaro ear-cancelling headphones. I will see everything in the area. Birds, snakes, squirrels, anything, just drop dead.
It's a sutra that living or dead will take your soul and send it to hell. That's my level of darkness right there.
But the twisted thing is that the other spirit tries to fight him, behead him, and that doesn't stop him.
Yeah, beheads God, beheads the priest. All the dead animals that are around, snakes, birds, lizards, toads, whatever, their mouths open and they all start chanting. She destroys each of those, and then the remains of the spirits who were like their cohort start singing. It's so good. It's so good.
It just shows that it's the genie out of the bottle, isn't it? It's once this thing's on leash, it's cup.
It's a genie out of a bottle that she has no control over.
Because this thing would just keep going and going and not stop.
Yeah, because it reaches a point where there are no mouths left to sing this sutra. The ghost that they're fighting herself starts chanting, because that is his power. And what was it then? Then when there are no mouths left whatsoever, Keitaro starts singing it.
And you can just see this is the equivalent of a nuclear weapon or a black hole or something. It's not going to stop.
Like this thing is of the level that if it's left out there, it's going to eradicate all life on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how powerful this spirit is. In order to shut up Yayoi, in order to shut up Keitaro, Yayoi literally sticks her hand down his throat
with the thumb,
and uses the spirit in like the little finger puppet attached to her finger to basically shoot him in the brain, which knocks the priest out. And she explains that it takes him like 10 seconds to kill a bird, maybe a minute to kill a large animal. To kill a human takes 2 minutes. So when the priest comes back, when the priest spirit regains consciousness, Keitaro has got 2 minutes to seal him, because he has to keep she has. What is she doing?
Basically the bear's head, getting it back in there, getting the chains put back on and getting the lock put on
it. Yeah, but it's like it's brilliant, because it's like they literally managed to steal it with like 1 second to spare.
It's like the bomb, isn't it? The time. Bleep 9 8 and just stops at 001.
Oh, I missed the deal. Also, before Keitaro starts like chanting the sutra, Yayoi makes a deal with the ghost. She holds up a stuffed pink elephant and gives her an offer. Live or die. She chooses to live, and Yayoi catches her inside this pink elephant.
That's right, before they have to try and deal with the beast.
And then we're like, that's it, we've finished, we've beaten it, we've done it. Keitaro starts chanting.
But this is where we get the extra bit of the story, because the deal with the high priest, he's captured. Things calm down a bit, but we see this thread, this like spectral thread coming from the pink elephant.
We do. And they follow it back to the waterfall.
And this is where we find out a talisman has been buried by the waterfall. And it's not accidental. It's a crafted wooden box and a severed human hand inside it, covered in script, runes, or whatever. And it was bound to this spirit. And this is the thing that drove it mad. So technically her actions weren't her own. And that's where I said it was strange, because she wanted to tell her story. She wanted the people to remember about the massacre, but her actions were going against that, because she was killing people.
Great storytelling. But yeah, so it's like she's not an evil spirit. Right, and because she's not an evil spirit, they let her go.
And then
she's because she's been captured, she's no longer bound to that site.
Or she's not bound to the talisman. And this is where she makes the offer of help.
She does. She gives her a piece of ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
She gives Yayoi a piece of ribbon, and it's like, if ever you need help, call me.
I like this. It shows how other forces can come into play, and how the original intention of the spirit would have just been to frighten people, give them the vision. They would have went and told the story, but the talisman is the thing that warped it.
Yeah, it's like, I love the fact that although she was twisted, she wasn't acting on her own devices. She's not evil, therefore they give her freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Keitaro's kind of like, wait, if she wasn't evil, what about all the other ghosts? What about all the other ghosts we've sent to hell? And it's like, nah, they were parts of this spirit, because she can split into multiple pieces. No one's gone to hell.
Yeah, it's just aspects of her.
That made me smile. I've got to be honest. It's like, yeah, we've got to find a way why no one's been sent to hell.
Well, it's like giving somebody an unfair sentence because of dodgy evidence.
Yeah.
You'd feel bad about it.
But what about all the poor animals, the birds and the snakes and the frogs? They didn't deserve to go to hell either. Presumably, that is the reason why they didn't send any of the spirits to hell, because it's like, for all its modernity and all its technology, and people saying how like Japan is living like 50 years into the future, they are still an incredibly spiritual people. and they take things like hell very seriously, very, very seriously.
No, that's fair enough. If that keeps you in check and keeps balance, because that's the thing about the world now, there is no balance. Everything's taken to the extreme, and nobody's happy for it. Everyone lives in a world of extremes these days.
This is very true. We're going back to a world where everything is either black or white.
Just medieval mobs running about the place. And everyone's like overstimulating the excess. That they've no actual feelings anymore because they're numb.
Yeah, people are just being people. I've got to be honest. I blame the internet. Everybody's becoming desensitized to things that should still horrify them.
It's that question, isn't it? At what point do you take responsibility for your own life? Or do you need everything regulated for you like a baby? Like, as a grown adult, you should be able to regulate yourself. But people can't regulate. Like, there's loads of stuff on the internet I have no interest in seeing. So I just don't go and look for it.
Yeah, that's the trick.
Or something pops up that I'm not interested in, I just go not interested. But people can't do that.
No, people have to be involved in everything.
But that's a compulsion. That's something you have to control yourself.
That's just the way people are these days.
Yeah, but that's the people thing.
Yeah, it's like back when I was a younger, in my teenage years, early 20s, things like that. It was mind your own business. People can't mind their own business now. People have to have their finger. People have to have their say about everything.
Which is not good.
It's like, oh, something terrible's happened. I must have my say on it. It's unfair that I should be the only one who doesn't comment on this.
Yeah, it's like I said, I don't understand it. But that's a personality thing. You can choose not to be like that.
It's called Gen whatever.
But hey ho. I don't think there's a simple answer. There's no one answer for this. There has to be there has to be self-reflection. There has to be an inward looking. If you can't do that, then there's no fixing it. You can't regulate it. You can't bully people. You can't make laws against it. You can't tell people not to be like this. You have to choose that yourself.
The moment you make something illegal, you deregulate it. The moment you make something illegal, you deregulate it, because the moment you make something illegal, there's no official guideline. There's no official statement. It's just illegal.
But even regulations, people just learn to work around them. So that doesn't help. You have to genuinely be self-reflective.
Like this ridiculous like child protection bill that the UK has through. My God, through. Oh dear, it's died a death. It's died a death because they were working out what they can do with VPNs. They were going like, shall we ban VPNs? The problem is, because business uses VPNs, because the banks use VPNs, they can't cancel VPNs. So the entire bill is just kind of like died in the water because anyone can get a VPN.
Yeah.
So the entire bill is useless.
But also, people find a way.
Oh, people always find a way.
So Like I said, you have to self. I believe in personal responsibility. No, I believe in personal responsibility.
Yep,
and that's
I
up to you to do it.
Nobody
else can do it for you.
Right. If an individual does something wrong, an individual should take the rap for it.
And if you know your life has been taken over by some form of compulsion, it's up to you to deal with it. Or not. But don't blame everybody else. And sometimes that's a compulsion. Is to blame everything else, project and not take any responsibility.
I think me and Colin have got the right idea. We mind our own business and just spend as much time as we can in horror.
Horror's the only level-headed thing out there right now.
Horror. Horror is the best genre because it encompasses every other genre. I mean, it's like there are a lot of genres out there that seem to be kind of like I'm going to use romance as an example. It's like a romance film has to be a romance film, but you can have horror in romance. Look at Dracula. Story of Dracula.
Yep, Dracula's a good one.
Mina Harker. Like Bride of Frankenstein. I'm going through the classics. I love Bride of Frankenstein. Dark Gathering. Without a doubt, Keitaro and Eiko are going to get married. They're going to adopt Yayoi, and then they're going to have like 10, maybe 12 children of their own because Eiko is going to tie Keitaro to a bed and never let him go. In a nice way. Yep. In a nice way, because that's just how her mind works. She's such a great character.
She makes a creepy cheerleader though.
No, Yayoi, yes.
That was the weirdest thing ever. Keitaro's digging the hole for the bodies.
It's like right. They've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to seal this thing. 2 minutes.
No, it's after. The after effect. Where they're busy, he's burying the bodies.
Oh God, yeah, he's burying the pink elephant. He's like, it feels like I'm burying a body, and she's there like, where'd she get the pom poms from? I know she keeps a lot of stuff.
Where'd he get the shovel from? That's a full size shovel.
Same thing, probably out of Yayoi's bag. Because you've got to think Eiko's not with them, so they're traveling by bicycle.
Yeah, I was seeing everything on the bicycle. It wasn't like there was a big bag with big stuff.
Or in the late hours of the night, wee small hours of the morning, is it perfectly normal for someone to walk into like a 7-Eleven and buy a shovel?
No, but they were out of the way, and if it had been an attaching tool, I would get it. But it was a full-length shovel.
I'm guessing because you know how things happen in anime movies and things like that. They found it on the side of the road. Oh, that's lucky.
Yeah, but we didn't see it.
I'll die on that hill.
So yeah, pom poms and shovels right off.
But I suppose, after what we've seen, after what we've been through, there needed to be a little bit of absurdity in there somewhere.
Yeah,
to make you laugh. Just to bring the tension down. Because you've got to be honest, like the next episode, there isn't a lot of tension in it really until you get towards the end.
And this is basically go back to Eiko. She's annoyed that they went to a haunted location without her.
Her face is one of the greatest pouts in anime. Because she really isn't very happy that they left her behind. I went to like an S-class haunted location.
So to make things up,
she's not worried about the fact that Keitaro's got like a slash in his neck that's still bleeding.
The near died. No,
they left her behind.
So to make things up there, they're going to go to another haunted location.
Going to go to another haunted location, another Keitaro
not just another one, but another haunt.
Keitaro is having so much fun with that. It's like the only reason he doesn't pee himself is because he's sweating so hard he's got no more water left in his body.
Oh dear.
Keitaro might be one of my heroes, just because the man is just such a screaming coward. He knows he's a screaming coward, but he's still the first person to step up.
Is that not the essence of bravery?
That is the essence. Like my definition of the word
That's heroism.
hero. Yeah. My definition of the word hero is somebody who steps up, does what needs to be done, and then walks away.
But even though they're terrified,
yeah, even though, but even look at most people who won like the Victoria Cross or the Medal of Honor or any of the other great like gallantry medals around the world did it on the spur of the moment without thinking.
Yeah, that's it. You know,
so it's like the essence of heroism is just get the bloody job done,
despite being absolutely terrified, or despite the odds.
So Keitaro, squealing fearmonger, hero. Eiko is just creepy, and Yayoi is almost kind of like a soulless death monkey. Actually, no, from the way she was clinging to that tree, she's more of a koala bear.
But this is the episode that Yayoi starts to show her personality and soften. Because her whole personality is a protective shell. She is just solely focused on the mission.
She's got to show more of her personality, because you think about it, she is the team lead. She is the team leader. Because like Eiko is incredibly smart about certain things, incredibly dumb about other.
She's logistics.
Yeah. Like
she's transport, supplies, and morale.
Yeah. I like the fact that she's got herself a uniform for when they go ghost hunting. Very fetching. I do like her coat.
Yep, but this is where we get something additional added.
Were you expecting something like this? I have to ask, because I've got to be honest. The first time I watched this, I wasn't.
Not so quickly, because
I
knew the talisman was important. I was expecting them to jump straight into who put the talisman there and why.
But it's like literally the episode after the talisman is found in the pool beyond the waterfall and removed. Its former owners turn up on the scene, and they're both priests.
And they serve the spectre of death, the spirit that has taken Yayoi's mother.
They created the spectre of death,
or the seed of the moon's dawn.
Yeah, the seed of the moon's dawn, or whatever they call it. It's like they created that, and they need the talisman to empower it. Because as powerful as it is, it's still only a baby.
And Granny, the spirit was placed there deliberately as a decoy for a purpose.
I like the way that she's a ghost, and he's holding her head under the water. Why? Why?
It's funny, I suppose. If he's able to give her the sensation of drowning, even if she can't die, still.
Yeah, actually, that thinking about it, that would be pretty crap, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. And obviously, he's able to touch her, so it shows he's got powers.
Mm. But yeah, he's kind of like. He says something along the lines he's going to have to get in touch with the organization of corrupt priests to tell them what's happened. So apparently the organization they work for has got a name, even if it's a really bad one.
Mm-hmm. But also, there's another little tidbit dropped. I'll be honest, I didn't fully understand what's going on here. But Kismojin, the temple,
Kishimojin.
the thumb, it's now the thumb.
That was so dark. Right.
So they have already encountered the spectre of death, or what? And their adversaries.
Right. Kishimojin is the spirit mother of all demons in Japan.
Am I not? Because they showed the scene.
I've just googled it
of the temple with the babies.
Yeah,
the one that Yayoi captured is in the thumb.
Yeah, they are. They are like baby demons, and I love the bit where it's like the spectre of death. See, the moonless dawn is far too long a name. Spectre of death is kind of like hovering there over the temple. And it's like Kishimojin is just sitting there, and she's got like, so she's surrounded by babies, and all these babies are screaming, "Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! We've got to kill it before it kills us. It's not going to kill us. No, you've got to kill it before it kills us. Oh, but it's just a baby. That just makes it easier to wring its neck." And I'm like, oof. And it's like, damn. So the baby demons want Kishimojin to kill it to protect them. But it's almost like she knows it's not going to attack.
It's just interesting to drop her back into that again.
Mm.
So what is it Yayoi has on the thumb? Is that just an aspect of
that? Like that is like it's Kishimojin's little finger. Because it's like when she snapped it up, when she like hammered it off the statue, she took part of that god's energy with her.
But not the full god?
No, not the full god, just like a portion of it,
right.
A portion of its energy. It's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it hasn't really been fully explained because there's been so much going on. But the fact that Kishimojin's still there and still intact with her babies, and it's aware of the spectre of death.
Well, I'm wondering, like, if it becomes a threat to, like, if it becomes a threat to her and her children, will she join forces with Yayoi?
Well,
like, she knows Yayoi exists because Yayoi was the one that took her finger, but she can't leave the temple. Like, she's sealed in the temple.
But Yayoi does want to return.
Yeah, because she says she says in the episode with Kishimojin that she wants to go back and capture her properly.
I'll not lie, this was a frustrating episode. Considering I didn't know what I know now. Because if this is like the finale of season 1,
yeah,
my God, it's like setting everything up and just leaving you hanging.
This is why I looked into it deeper. Because it's kind of like, if that's the cliffhanger, it's a bloody awful cliffhanger. It's like the last, like, the murderer is none other than come back next year for season 2.
Yeah.
And this is I'm guessing this next bit was Colin's favorite part of this episode.
I don't know.
Because it's like, no, like, let's go.
Oh yeah, there's like 2 of them in this episode as well.
Because the first time, he's kind of like, Keitaro was like, oh, I haven't heard that for so long. But he doesn't say anything about the second time.
But Yayoi wants to pick up another one of her graduates that she's got stashed. And to be honest, this is a bit of a weird one. Especially when we've just had all this exposition dump.
Yes.
And then they go to this.
It's kind of like you get like, oh, the talisman been taken. We must find it because we need it. Kishimojin and like the Seed, the Moonless Dawn have a staring contest in a bunch of screaming kids. And then it's kind of like the gear shifts totally.
She's going to pick up.
Because it's like the first half is like, what is this? What is this? What are they trying to do? And the second part is kind of like actually has a direct line and they know exactly what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be honest, though, I do like the second graduate.
The Breakwater Spirit.
Mm.
It's not often the Japanese talk about the war, Second World War.
They're very like the Germans. They don't talk about the war either. But yeah, they don't talk about the war. But this is like a guy who died during the war. This is like a Japanese soldier who died in the war, fighting in like the South Pacific, killing hundreds, if not thousands, of American soldiers. Every single witch one's spirit now haunts his spirit. That is kind of epic if you think about it, because it's like Yayoi has captured him and befriended him by telling that after he's helped her out a few times, she's actually going to like allow him to move on because he can't move on under his own because the curses that all these hundreds of ghosts have laid on him are preventing him from like going to heaven or wherever.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that she sealed the ghost. She sealed the Japanese soldier, the Breakwater as we're calling him. She sealed him inside a doll. But she can't seal the hundreds of spirits that are attacking him, that are clinging to him. I love that idea. It's such a good idea.
And the fact that she sets up a mannequin. Like, this is supposed to be a wee girl, like 9 years of age, humping all this stuff about. Because Aiko doesn't seem to be aware of any of this.
No, like, Aiko knows about this one. There is a bit where she says it's his such and such a thing, and Aiko's like, oh yeah, I remember you setting something up around here, but I don't remember exactly what it was, or something like that. So it's like, Aiko's been there, but she's just a bubblehead and she can't remember it. A very clever, very dark, very mean, treacherous bubblehead. Yandere, totally.
Selective memory.
The best kind.
But the mannequin is there because the spirit soldiers are trying to eat him.
Yeah, the mannequin is there because if they got hold of like the doll, they'd rip it to pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got it's like Yayoi, Eiko, and Keitaro have got to carry water with them because most of the soldiers that this guy killed weren't killed by him; they just wounded them. They died of exposure and thirst. Which is got to be a pretty crappy way to die. But as long as they carry water on them, they'll be safe.
Which actually would make sense then, because soldiers accept that they're going to die by the enemy. So if it was just a straight up fight, believe it or not, soldiers versus soldiers don't feel bad about it. There's a sense of battlefield honor, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So it's like, you win, you beat me. There wouldn't be like the animosity. But to be left lying down of basically dehydration, yeah, that's gonna leave bitterness.
That's awful. It's awful.
It's not a soldier's death. It's not a clean death, so that's going to leave resentment. So then it makes sense in that context. I like the fact that there's a TV just left out in the field as well, so the breakwater spur can communicate.
I've got to be honest. If that was round here, that TV had been done a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
But just the fact that it's there, and like when the television switches on, you can see the spirit surrounding the mannequin. It's a really eerie kind of scene because I actually think this is the first time that Aiko has actually seen a spirit.
Yeah, she's normally off to the sideline, or
she's normally off on the sideline, but this time she's actually seen the spirit, and the look of horror on her face totally suits her.
It's not a game anymore. So this
and
is
then one. Sorry, Karen.
No, I said this is where they trick Keitaro.
Yeah, a ghost basically. Whether it possesses him or just kind of like affects his senses, I'm not quite sure. But one of the ghosts of the soldiers makes him feel thirsty. You know, a deep burning, dry throat kind of like thirst. The kind of thirst where you could drink the ocean dry, and he just gets like he just gets this 2-liter bottle of water and
July and August in the UK, basically.
It's like the other week when the temperature around here hit 29, you know, it's like the other week when the hosepipe ban was enforced. It's like, no.
I'm coming home from work, and I mean, I've got like a 2.5 liter jug in the fridge, and I smash that thing. That's a lot of fluid.
Yeah, I keep like a liter and a half bottle of squash by the side of my PC at all times, so that I've got something to drink in here. The amount of time recently I've just been finishing it.
Yeah, I've stopped with squash. I just go to water and ice cubes in a glass.
Yeah.
Every time I'm going home, that I'm going through that. That's I can exactly imagine how Keitaro was feeling.
And it's brilliant because it goes back. It kind of like there's like a flashback to the war and all the fighting and all the blood and all the explosions and all the soldiers dying, and then you hear this voice going, "Keitaro, Keitaro, Keitaro, stop it!" And it comes back, and he's draining the last drops of water out of this bottle. And then he gets pushed to the floor, and kind of like this circular mark appears on like Keitaro's stomach, like opening and closing. And he's like, "What's that? What's this? What's that? What's that?" And then it's like the doll that they used to protect themselves suddenly has a chunk ripped out of its stomach, and it dawns on them that the ghosts are trying to eat him. Now all his water's gone. They want the other fluids his body's got, like blood.
Yep. I think
this is dark.
But you still don't feel like the spirits are evil. That's what makes it even more twisted.
They're like them. I don't think they are. They aren't they're not evil. It's like
they've died a bad death.
Yeah, they died like a really hideous, shitty death, which probably drove them insane. Because I can't think of many worse ways to die than like a lingering thirst. So it's like they want the breakwater. They want the Japanese soldier who killed them, but they can't tell the difference.
And they just want water because of the way they died. It's just their memory. It's complete compulsion.
Mm.
They don't even hold any animosity against anybody else.
Oh no, it's almost like it's just action and reaction.
Almost like zombies.
But it's like Yayoi has a plan. She's got the rope that she made out of the ghost's hair a few episodes ago, and she's going to put a seal on the seal that holds the mannequin in place, which should hold all the spirits that are trying to attack it inside it. The mannequin, obviously, the doll holding the spirit is in the mannequin's head. And as Keitaro is having a few problems at the moment, Eiko steps up to go and get it. Which is where Eiko realizes she doesn't like being chased by ghosts. It is quite amusing, but you need something to give you a chuckle. But they managed to They Yayoi makes a net, like a net bag, out of the rope, throws it to Keitaro. Eiko throws the doll. They catch it, and all the spirits disappear. It sounds really anticlimactic, but damn, when you watch it, it's not.
No, it's very action oriented. Yeah, this is where they finish it off, which is why I was scratching my head.
The thing is, they haven't reached all this. They haven't actually reached the site they were going to.
No, they were just stopping on the way.
Yeah, so now Yayoi's like, right, now we've got the graduate. Let's get back to our original objective. And it's like Keitaro and Eiko fall over. Tunnel F. And that's where it ends. Because I was like, that can't be right. I'm like, that's an evil cliffhanger, even for anime.
Yeah.
Because it's like, who knows how long you're going to have to wait for the next series to come out. And then I was like, hang on a minute. It's like the second series was literally like one season over. So let me check this. And it's not a second series. The series is 24 episodes and it's split into 2 cores, which means we get to do this again.
Yeah, because I'm not leaving it like us.
Yeah, because I may have accidentally watched the next episode. And all I'm going to say about the next episode is,
No, but seriously, there's too much in this episode to be a season ending, season finale.
Yeah. It's like normally a season finale ties a lot of things, even if it's like going to be followed by season 2. It normally ties most of the loose ends up. This is just like read a few more out the rope.
Yeah, it just resolves at least something. Not opens up a whole lot of other stuff.
God, I love this series. I'm going to be saying that a lot as we carry on.
No, I'm really enjoying myself. But yeah, we will be back then in 2 weeks and we're going to be carrying on with this. I'll get this firmly set up. But yeah, folks, if you haven't, get stuck in.
It's like it is like if you can find a streaming site or whatever that has Dark Gathering on it, I recommend it. I recommend this so much, so hard. I will always recommend it. It is such a good series.
Yeah.
Wait, stop, man. I'm going to gush about it.
No, they're great characters. And the fact that it's taken this could be repetitive. But they've thrown a couple of extra dimensions into it.
It could be repetitive if it was kind of like a Ghostbusters kind of thing. But it's not. It's like every spirit they face is so different from any other. I mean, it's like, we're going to F tunnel. Oh, not another tunnel. It was a completely different tunnel from the last tunnel. Oh, not another ruin. Yes, but it's completely different from the other.
But what I mean is, we've now got the element with the Spectre of Death. It's not a random spirit. It's been created. It's got followers.
It's a manufactured thing.
So what's the purpose behind that?
It's like well, they're kind of like an evil group. So at the moment, I'm guessing something like world domination. Or maybe they're Buddhists and they don't like the Shinto sect, so they're just going to wipe out all the Shintos.
But we don't know. But there's something more to it. So it adds it's not just go find the monster, kill it. We've also got the god.
Now there's an organization that's going to stop them. I think I'm guessing from what we've had said, that is what they're trying to do. Whoever they are, they're trying to create a new god. Of what and why, no one knows.
By interfering with the talisman, has Yayoi come under the radar?
Right, they don't know it's Yayoi. They just know someone has taken it.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
But it's kind of like I wonder.
She's now come under the radar.
My wonder is where they're using the talisman. Obviously, an evil talisman. Are they using the talisman? Were they using the talisman to like corrupt the site of Castle H, so that it's like the seed of the moonless dawn could come along and feed off it?
Possibly.
No one knows. It's great, isn't it? I love series that allow you room to speculate.
But just leaving it, if that was what they were going to leave us on, and then we're going to have to wait for another season, that would have been cruel.
That it would have been cruel, but it would have been a good cruel. But no. Core 2, episode 14.
So did we watch an extra episode for a reason?
No, there is always a reason to watch Dark Gathering. And it's a pretty good show.
Yeah, it was just we did an extra.
Are you telling me if you'd stopped watching at the end of episode 12, you wanted to watch 13 straight away? Because I finished 13, I watched 14.
So what we watched is the first episode of the second core. So that makes more sense then.
Right.
We're setting everything up for the second core.
What we have watched in 13 is the last episode of the first core. So even though after the cliffhanger at the end of it, we had to wait 3 months before we got the next episode.
Okay, so we'll have it jumped
ahead. I'm going to be quite honest. Even though there was like a 3 month wait between 13 and 14 more than makes up for it.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. You know, we thought it was like a seasons. And it said it was 13 episodes for the first season, or the first core in this case. I just wanted to mess up a bit.
Yeah, the problem is a lot of people, a lot of professionals who write on anime sites seem to think that core is separate seasons. So you actually see the second core of this described as season 2. Which is where I got confused, so I actually looked into it a bit deeper.
Well, if professionals are messing it up, it's supposed to be their job. What chance do we have? We're just plebs on the internet.
I'm an anime fan, pleb. I should know these things.
Needless to say, it doesn't matter because we're going to carry on. And yeah, I'm glad actually because I didn't want to stick us back in the wheel.
Do you know what I thought you'd be? I thought when I told you, it's like, you know, there's no way he's going to turn and say like, "Nah, we'll spin the wheel and leave it for later." Not a chance.
No way. I'm hooked. The fact I think I knew. I only planned to watch 3 episodes on Friday night because I had work the next morning. When did I send you the notes? Like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, but like the thing is, it's like if you'd have told me I'm only going to watch like 3 episodes of this tonight, I'd have turned around and said, no, you're not, because the episodes you were going to watch are so damn powerful that they will just drag you into the rest of them.
Yeah, I wasn't stopping.
It's it's like if you just pick this up to watch it, it's very easy to accidentally binge the entire thing because you won't notice time going by. It will sink its claws into your face and it will drag you in, kicking and screaming, and you will love every minute of it. Every minute. Watch Dark. I'm like when in 30, 40 odd years time when I pass away, the epitaph on my tombstone is going to say, "Watch Dark Gathering." They're going to be my last words and the words I leave to history. Hopefully by that time they'll have done a couple more series and finished the story off. At least. Yeah. I've got to buy this manga.
That's what I'm thinking myself. I might accidentally click some more buttons.
Also, I'm pretty sure you can get a Yayoi plushie.
I only saw a figure with 200 quid.
Because I've got to admit it. I am an arctophile. I collect teddy bears.
Fair enough.
But only Japanese ones.
Got too much dust for me.
It's like the problem with being an anime fan is there aren't enough hours in the day and there isn't enough money in the world.
That's horror in general.
Yeah,
there's too much.
So it's kind of like it's like anime. Anime is like any other media. It's like movie. It's like literature. It's like comics. It represents every single genre you can think of. There's romance, comedy, action, adventure, fantasy, horror, of course. It's like what you have to do. You can't watch it all. You won't live long enough to watch it all. What you have to do is you have to pick your niche or maybe two niches and stick with them. You can't go if you don't know which niches to pick. Can't go wrong with horror.
But you'll know
because
yourself.
There's so much of it, and most of it is better rather than worse. There's some howls out there. There's some howls out there in every genre of any media, but damn.
Looking at you, Pet Shop of Horrors. Where the manga was actually worse than the anime.
I like that. I've never read it.
I did. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, it was but Pet Shop of. Look at the other. We've had Hellgirl. We've had
No, but just the way you said, there's some howlers out there. That's the one that immediately jumps to mind.
Yeah, that's the one. It's like it made very little sense, and apparently the manga makes even less sense.
It's worse.
I'm if Colin says it's bad, I don't need to suffer it. Well, that was I remember it was kind of. I remember you saying it's like, do you want to do review some horror anime? Oh yeah. What are we going to watch first? And without hesitation, I went Perfect Blue. Yeah. She's one of the greatest psychological horrors ever created.
That was a good start.
It's still up there. It's still up there in my top 5 of horror anime. Perfect Blue is just simulation is the wrong word. It's such a good allegory. It's such a good allegory of the idol business. It's like some idol agencies actually tried to get Perfect Blue banned because they didn't like the way it kind of opened the subject up.
There was a YouTube video last night I popped on. I was talking about K-pop.
Oh yeah,
it's very similar to the idol industry. But when you're made to have plastic surgery as a child, and essentially
to make yourself more beautiful, so you can be like a K-pop or an idol singer.
And
there's
you have
a video.
Yeah,
there's an anime review channel that doesn't post a lot that I watch called Beyond Ghibli, and he actually covers Perfect Blue, and as part of his talk about the idol industry, he shows a It's kind of like it's a chat show. And there's an idol singing there, and there's an idol talking to like the presenter, and he just pops up a screen of this bloke and hair together, and he's like, "Do your fans know you've got a boyfriend?" Her face dropped, her career ended. Nobody heard of her again. Damn, that's cruel.
Yeah.
And Perfect Blue encompasses all of that.
No, it's
I love Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue is another. Perfect Blue is another horror anime. I'd recommend to anyone. I'm a proper weeb, and I apologise to no one for it.
Well, that's the way to be.
You're not weebs. Get behind me.
Well, there you go. We shall be back again. In fact, no, we're on Wednesday for Attack on Titan.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's this Wednesday, isn't it?
It is, yes. So
I'm working on a role-playing game. I'll let everybody know what it is soon. Hopefully people want to play it.
Have we not got one queued up? We're just waiting for like September. I'll talk to you once. I'll talk to you once to do that.
Honestly, are we not running another until September?
It's only a couple of weeks left in September. I think everyone's just on break at the moment, so didn't see many points.
In that case, I've got a few I could run.
Yeah, we're summer break.
I'm kind of hoping that War Daddy will be back so I can run the third part of Chill.
Yeah, because that's all sitting ready to go.
House of Dolls.
Yep. Oh yes, and I'm on Cryptid Fright Thursday for Blade 2, so that'll be fun too.
I must watch the other one.
Yeah, we've been covering Guillermo del Toro's movies, his filmography on Cryptid Fright. So far we have done Kronos, Mimic, Devil's Backbone, and now we're going to do Blade 2.
Wow.
So there you go, folks.
I think his movies are a bit of a mixed bunch.
They certainly are. As indie Spanish movies are better than Hollywood ones.
Another reason why the guy who's in charge of like the new Godzilla films doesn't need to go to Hollywood to make films.
That's a kiss of death. His favorite is what he does.
His films are good enough. His films are amazing. He doesn't need Hollywood to like turn his head. We
need to break people off that mentality of must go to Hollywood. I'll say again, that's the equivalent of training as a chef and then going working for a fast food chain. You don't need to do it. Set up a food van, be better than going for fast. I mean, if you've spent the time honing your craft, making a lot out of nothing, don't go to Hollywood. You're better than that.
Make the films you want to make, not the films you're being told you have to make.
Look at they've done the Robert Eggers. They're trying to just shoehorn her into remakes.
What a waste.
Yeah. We'll see what Werewolf's like, but that could be him just getting shoehorned down to remaking stuff.
In which case, there's a very good chance he's just going to like disappear into the background.
Yeah, because that's not who he is, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. Just as we say, until next time, keep up to date with the channel, do the type of things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.